Hi, my name is Kim Diaz. Welcome to the Educational Solutions Parenting Go-To channel. Today is the first session in the Human Canvas series. It will cover early, middle, and later infancy, ages birth through 24 months. Each session here on out will range between 7 and 10 minutes in length and will focus on what to expect from your child and what you can do to make this childhood the best it can be for both of you. Please remember that this is a guideline for age and stage specifics. If your child shows signs of concern in any area of development, please contact your child's pediatrician for further consideration. We're going to begin today with an imagery experience. Imagine you just woke up. You take a deep breath, you look around. Now imagine that you find yourself in a foreign country. You're hearing a strange language being spoken, and there are things all around you that you don't recognize. There's a level of confusion and maybe even fear. You start to cry, but someone comforts you in a calming tone of voice that makes you feel better. When your child is born, they come into a world that is unfamiliar to them. Your touch and voice may be the only things that will bring them comfort until they ease into their new life. Newborns and young infants react. They have reflexive behaviors. They react to sound, touch, light and dark contrasts, and human faces. Their young body's reflexes are their way to communicate, along with smiling and cooing, and also jerky movements of excitement. Since their bodies react to needs, having feeding and physical movement routines are very important to stimulate the infant's brain growth and development. Infants anticipate their routines, and they thrive with human touch. Since infants are able to discriminate between familiar and unfamiliar faces and voices, it is important to have a consistent caretaker involved in their daily routine. Infants visually follow human voices and faces. As the infant develops, they become steadier in their abilities to sit, roll over, grasp objects, crawl, cruise, scooch, and eventually walk. The middle stage of infancy allows the child to engage in interactive games like peekaboo, patty cake. They can follow simple requests and even say simple words. Although they may fuss and experience separation anxiety from a parent or caregiver, which is what happens when a child is brought to daycare, especially at the onset of it, they also can show a positive response towards seeing someone familiar to them. As the child continues to develop into the later infancy stage, many changes become apparent. Feelings like frustration, anger, and then behaviors like tantruming can begin to appear. As the older infant body is strengthening, walking becomes steadier and running begins. They're not going to be running marathons, even though you will be after them. Social awareness of other babies and children increases, as well as the communication through a developing vocabulary. Following simple requests and pointing to body parts when asked become a very dominant behavior. Since there is a greater interest in picture books, it's very important to provide several types of books, especially sensory ones, to increase the tactile or the touch desire in children at this age. Sitting with a child is critical in this time of learning. The human closeness, coupled with language development, will ensure a quality of understandings between pictures and printed word on the page. Children should be read to at every age, right from birth, for different reasons, but always for the right ones. The language that a child takes in or understands, which is called receptive language, will set the foundation for their spoken language or expressive language in the months and years to come. Children learn from modeling. This age is the perfect time to show and teach your child the how-tos of communication. These are just the basics of what to expect at this early stage of life. There will be days when things won't go smoothly. Days when your baby won't stop crying, they won't eat, they won't sleep, they might have a fever, or any other possible scenario that could upset a new parent. For you and your child's mental health, have a backup plan. Have someone to call to talk through your feelings. Play soothing music. Take a few minutes and just breathe. Being a parent is not easy, but being a child isn't either. They count on you for everything. You are their world. They should be yours too. Enjoy your child today, because tomorrow it will only be a memory. I hope this information has helped a little more to understand your child as much as you love them. Remember, there's much more to come on this channel. Stay tuned. Stay well, stay healthy, and see you next week for the segment on Terrific Twos.